Across the river from downtown Cincinnati, in Covington, Kentucky's Main Strauss, and from the beautiful Village Sight, Sound, and Stage, it's Fret Buzz. Featuring Mike Reeder, William Gilmore Weber, and the lovely Janelle Stevens as the barista. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Mike Reeder.
Hello, and thank you for supporting Fret Buzz. In this episode, we're going to have a small clip from our new show called Guitar Pickers. We appreciate all the support. We appreciate you going out on the page, subscribing to the YouTube channel, sharing the videos and the episodes. Thank you, and please stick around. Hello and welcome to Fret Buzz. On today's episode, we have some great artists with us. I'm so glad they're here today. A wide variety of awesome players and interesting people. We have the lovely Moore brothers.
Yay.
Jeremy and Tyler Moore from Go Go Buffalo.
Lovely.
Oh.
Yes. And we have Buick Audra from Friendship Commanders and Ben Franks, who plays in multiple awesome bands. And they're going to play us some great songs and some original tunes that they have that I'm sure are going to be fabulous. And as always, my co-host, William Weber.
Gilmore. William Gilmore.
All right, well, 3 names. Sometimes you have 3 names. You know what they say about people with 3 names, right?
Serial killer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, William
In the
Gilmore
making.
Weber.
Whoa.
And we have the lovely Jonelle Stevens as our barista.
All right.
Yeah. What kind of coffee we got today, Jonelle?
Today we have 3 Amigos. It's a blend of Central and South American beans. It's not bitter, and it's great as a hot or a cold brew.
The coffee was brought to us by Branch Coffee, who is always kind enough to support the show and give us this amazing coffee.
They are awesome.
Yeah,
They're-
this 3 Amigos blend might be my favorite, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, this tastes really good.
So what did you do this weekend, or last weekend, or since the last month?
But, you know, I'm an avid TV fan. Real fan of sitcoms.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, sitcoms. You know, all through my childhood and adulthood. I always
Yeah.
like, you know, Andy Griffith's show, things like that. One thing I realized, though, is most of the good ones have, like, taglines. They always have, like, you know, one of the stars, like, always repeats a line, and, you know, laugh track afterwards and stuff like that. So, like, you know, Joey Lawrence has, like, oh, and JJ has dynamite.
Uh-huh.
So I've been working on mine.
Yeah, what's yours?
Oh, shit!
You know you can't do that.
Oh, how about, oh,
No, that's not going to work.
But I like that one, though. It's fitting.
It does fit you.
We're here
I
all
would
day.
say.
Oh, well, you know.
How did you
I'll
come
work
up-
on it.
So since we're talking about what he just said, we'll talk about Go Go Buffalo.
Hey.
Because that's the reaction I have when I see you guys. I mean, when I see you guys, it's like, whoa, oh shit. Every time. It's just so
Don't steal my
freaking
line.
good. So freaking good. You know?
Thank you.
Seriously, so amazing. And, you know, I must say, this is the first time I've ever seen you in these kind of clothes.
You know, we were gonna just do the thing, and
You
then
shoulda
the
did it,
box, You know, the box is just clamps. Maybe when we come back and play the song, you'll get a surprise.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Little
I saw you got
teaser.
Urban Artifact, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiger Sex? That was
Oh
like a
yeah,
year ago or something
yeah,
like that. That
yeah.
was,
Love Kelly. She's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Kai,
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and there are 8,000 drummers. You know.
Troy Bryanson.
Yeah.
Really good.
There you go.
And I saw you guys there too. You played with the guys I play with in Soul Group have another band called, can't believe I can't think of it, Moonbow.
Oh,
And yeah, you guys played a show with them.
Yeah. Love
Super,
Moonbow.
super killer. So,
It's
Yeah.
been a while.
So you got to say you like all the opening bands. And
yeah.
They're all great.
They're all great.
We love them.
Every band.
Shut my shoes!
Every band.
And you played last night too, right?
I played last night in Louisville. Yeah.
Yeah.
At
So
Mac Bar.
Did you stay up here or did you stay?
We stayed down there and drove up this morning.
Oh, God bless
So
you.
you're from here?
No, I live in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
I'm the out of towner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry.
She actually, we met while I was building the set for
Yes,
this.
in April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just initially starting to do this set, and
And we were bugging you because we were up here on tour.
oh, you weren't.
Came into the store.
I let you come up, and that's
Yeah,
how
you
we
did.
met. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we'll be on the show, and it's just
Yeah.
like it all worked out. So thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And Ben, you're my old buddy. We just played out last weekend
we
together.
sure did.
We just had a gig at the Southgate House.
Cheers.
Yeah, we run into each other a lot.
We do.
We played a festival last year at the Gorge, which we're doing again, which you guys aren't.
Yes.
And I saw you down there. And
What's the name of that campground?
Callie's Campground.
Makes a heck of a bologna sandwich down there.
It
Real
does, man.
thick.
It really
bologna.
does.
No, she didn't fry it. She didn't have to though. Man, it was good. Real thick.
You know, they gave me a
bologna
whole side of ribs that they did on the grill.
sandwich. They were amazing.
And I feasted on it, man.
Hospitality was excellent down there.
Trying to decide like.
Some interpretive dance.
Interpretive dance.
What's the sign
Yeah.
for bologna?
It's educational.
Well, it was thick.
It was. That's cake.
Or
that
thick.
cake?
That's cake in
Is
sign
it?
language.
Because
Yeah.
it's
wow.
rising.
You done messed up.
Well,
You blew our cover.
whoops.
Working it out.
Quick to the car.
Bologna,
Bologna.
right?
The international 2 hot dogs.
2 hot dogs, please.
Is that what that means? I saw like hippies do that back in the
did it.
60s.
Yes, they meant 2 hot dogs.
Yeah, that's what that meant.
Makes
That was
them
the
really
movement.
low.
Yeah.
4 hot dogs.
4 hot dogs from Richard Dixon.
All right, so I brought some cool guitars. The only one that
Sure
actually
did.
really bugged me for a guitar, not really bugged, but requested a guitar, was this young man right here.
That's right. That's what I
Figures.
Yeah.
Bologna.
Not super specific, but you did say, bring me a parlor.
Parlor.
I'm
Parlor.
a short man, and it's a short guitar,
Yeah.
and it only makes sense.
So you have a love for parlor guitars.
I do.
right?
The sound of them really, or what draws me to them, they just have, depending on which ones, the mid-range in them just shine through so much. So you could do some beautiful Delta blues slides. You could just do some really beautiful chords on it, and that's why I love the
Weren't they
size.
called like ladies' guitars?
Yeah, they are meant for back in the 60s and way back when, meant for children and women.
Okay.
Because it's easy to play on, but my hand's also the size of like a small rubber duck, so it fits. It's real nice.
Nice.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, so I brought 4 guitars. We only have 3 guitar players, but I always bring an extra one anyway. And the artists have picked their instruments, and Mike's Music has offered us some lovely instruments to play.
That's a great place.
Yeah, it
Great
is.
place to
It
work.
is.
The boss is kind of a jerk, but other than that,
You can never get them on the phone.
yeah. Yeah.
Just try now.
Don't do that because I've lost my cell phone in here. Anyway, so yeah, we got some cool guitars, which we're all going to play on, and it's going to be a good time.
Mike, I ever tell you I chased a squirrel out of here one time with Mark Rea?
No, that sounds like a good story, though.
I know a lot of
We
them
had-
came in.
You had a squirrel hanging on the back display case on one of the most expensive basses.
Really?
And I said,
Was he
"Hey,"
playing it?
That's what I said,
Yeah.
Mark. I said, that squirrel's hanging on that rail. He said, well, at least he's got good taste.
It's like a cartoon.
But we ended up herding him to the front and using guitar cases and an old Marshall that was sitting up front to get the squirrel outside.
It cost
it was like a whole ordeal.
$30,000 to get them out, but
35,000.
How did you get him out? You wheeled him out on a Marshall?
No, we used guitar cases. It was me, Mark, and another guy, and we sat there and built barriers, and we got him trapped under a Marshall in the front right corner of the store for about 40 minutes, and we were teasing with him and finally got him to run
Well,
out.
you know what? That could be an episode of Fret Buzz. We could let him loose in here.
Strap a
and
GoPro
yeah.
on that squirrel.
Yeah,
and-
absolutely.
The whole theme behind it.
Yeah.
There's your intro right there. Squirrel running everywhere.
You know, one time at the Cincinnati store, do you guys know Forrest Horn?
Yeah.
You guys know Forrest. He plays with me in Mud Pies. Big dude.
Sounds familiar.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's a notorious madman. And he used to work for me in Cincinnati. He's a big dude. He's, 6-something and 400-ish. Big boy.
Oh, he's lost a lot.
Well, he's lost a lot now. But, at the time, he was big. And there was a bat loose in Cincinnati at the Cincinnati store. And he was flying around the store. And one of the memories I'll never forget is Forrest being chased by a bat down through the steps, screaming like a little girl. Ah! And he had like a Music Man bass. He was like swatting at the bat. We finally got it out there.
Didn't your repairman hide in the corner till it was?
Oh, yeah. we all like cowered.
Any guitars come off the walls in the process?
Well, he grabbed the Music Master bass
Nothing
and
else
like,
came off,
protected himself with it. Nothing else came off.
It's a good one to use.
Yeah. So since everyone's picked their instruments, we're going to go on to jam out on some cool tunes. Oh, so we are back, and the first thing we need is more coffee. Yay. Can we have more coffee, Janelle?
No.
Coffee Company. Amigos.
Many thanks.
Yes, please.
It's real good job.
Delicious. That's fun.
Real good job.
Thank you.
It really is. It really is. And you know what it makes me?
Is this a Go-Go Buffaloes tune, or?
Yes.
Has it been released?
Yes.
Live.
Oh, okay.
Live.
Like you have a live recording of it?
Yeah, we have a live album we just put out.
Oh, cool.
Oh, awesome.
Live from?
Live in Hell.
Okay. Oh, you were in hell.
Yeah.
We were playing at Urban Artifact.
Oh, okay. That's
Really?
That's hell to some people.
You guys are doing really cool things at Urban Artifacts, by the way.
Thank
I'm
you,
really,
thank you.
really, really impressed with everything that's going on. I know you got like the radio station
exciting.
going on. You guys just did a new website, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I listened to the radio station on the way here yesterday and a little bit today.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Get them viewers in.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess
yeah.
it wouldn't be a viewer if it's a radio.
Listener.
Listeners.
Good
Yeah.
listener.
I'm gonna watch
Unique
the radio.
Yeah, while
Do you
driving.
have DJs on there too, or is it just streaming?
Yeah,
there's-
no, we have about 25 different scheduled programmings
Wow.
ranging from like late night conspiracy talk show hour to local politics, musicians interviewing musicians, women's empowerment.
Home repair? I need home repair.
repair. That one's on at 3 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right.
That's when we would be on. if we were on.
Yeah. We just put out the website thanks to our Patreon subscribers. So thank you.
That's awesome.
To all of you Patreon subscribers.
Yeah, we support all people who support local original music. That's what we're about here. So tell us about the tune you're gonna play.
Well, this is actually, was this our first song?
First song ever.
Yeah.
Wow.
How
The
old?
first song.
Like when you
5,
guys were like
6
little
years
bitty
old.
kids.
And this was the first thing we put together with the new format because I was drumming. We were an instrumental band.
Really?
We were like a hard instrumental rock band, and then we switched some stuff around. Put the other guitar player on the drums. Put me to lead singer, and then it just like.
So when I saw you guys last, I guess it was maybe 8 months ago, 9 months ago, you were playing a Flying V with like an octave pedal or something? Or is that a different
Was
version?
I playing? I don't know about the Flying V.
Like-
Octave pedal for sure.
Okay, yeah, like multiple amps.
Yes. You know, we've been through some lineup changes,
Yeah.
and we went down to a three-piece drummer.
It was a
me,
three-piece, I think,
and
when I saw
he
you
would
guys.
sing, and I'd go through a.
So it was just Go Buffalo?
Yeah, lost a
just
go.
go Buffalo. Lost the whole go.
Lost a little bit of your go.
But I'd run through an A/B switch out to 2 stereo bass amps, and then I had another dry section on a different pedal that I ran to a guitar amp.
Oh,
So I kind of had the full spectrum, all from, you know, one guitar.
That's badass.
Man.
It's awesome. And
Got real heavy.
Real heavy.
it's cool stuff. And what kind of fuzz? Like you playing a fuzz pedal, right?
Actually, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with pedals. I've just, you know, you watch your heroes, you try and see what they do, and, you know, you can either have your $300 boutique pedals, or you could turn your amp up to 10, and you're not going to get a better pedal than that. So as far as guitar, that's all strictly the tubes. Push your tubes.
Right on, right on. And have you played this song with an acoustic before?
it's an exclusive.
So what's it like touring with family? That's got to be interesting.
You know,
Like, does he get on your nerves all the time?
yeah. Likewise.
I get on his nerves constantly. It's great.
Constantly.
So do you guys like share rooms the whole bed or what?
Well,
Shower.
yeah, you know, you either
Yeah.
gotta sleep in the truck, you gotta
Yeah.
sleep in a microtel, or
Did you say shower?
sleep in the shower.
When we play West Virginia.
Yeah, take me home. Country roads.
Yeah. I like to create tension before the show,
You tell
before the
us.
song. That way, it has more
So it's a
feeling.
guitar.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, this is a beautiful Wolverine parlor.
Yeah, but see,
guitar.
you know, get you guys kind of against each other, and then it'll create.
I hate you. I'm not doing it. Way to go.
Pain is comedy.
All right.
true.
So, what's the name of the tune?
It's a Bullskin Bandit.
Also, if we play in West Virginia, we call it Roadhouse.
Yeah.
You got a whole like West
Has
Virginia
nothing
theme
to
going
do
on.
with the movie, but it has everything to do with Patrick Swayze.
Oh, okay.
The song's about Patrick Swayze.
The song is Patrick Swayze.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This incurable disdain leaves me wallowing in pain from these choices that have been made. And all my yesterdays I'd trade for today for the thought of holding someone real. Don't be afraid of the bullskin bandit. He'll come and cut you like a little rabbit. Don't be afraid of him. He's coming to get you. The sky is black with a noir-tinted atmosphere. Oh, how I'll disappear. All alone I scream with a guilt twang call, and all alone I start to fall. Starting to fall. Don't be afraid of that bullskin bandit. He'll come and cut you like a little rabbit. Don't be afraid of him. He's coming to get ya.
Yay.
Yeah.
I sense a little Jose Feliciano Light My Fire in there.
At least.
I thought you were gonna say Weird Al.
Well, I got to tell you, man, that was awesome.
Dunka.
That's on the live album.
So is that a true
very
story?
much heavy version of that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
All right, cool.
So, Tyler, what did you think about the guitar?
It's beautiful. The gauge on the strings are actually very nice.
Yeah, those
Very,
are,
very light.
I think they're 11s. They're Martins. That is a Martin guitar from 1923.
Wow.
It is an 018.
Beautiful.
I'm glad I could play it.
It's one of the first, actually, I believe that is the first year for X bracing. Before that, they're ladder bracing. So it can handle steel strings, which is a good thing that happened with acoustic guitars.
Very much
Before that, it would have had to have silken steels or, gut strings.
It's a beaut.
Yeah. Martin
sound
had
good.
different sizes. They had an O, a double O, a triple O, and then, each size got a little bigger. And then, of course, a dreadnought size. So that's the
at home-
smallest one.
I only play on a parlor style guitar. I write all the songs for our, rock and roll band, all on a parlor style acoustic guitar. And it's a Stella, which the old saying is a poor man's Martin.
Yeah.
And it's just like a little H29, real inexpensive, but it just sounds so good.
My first guitar was a little Stella like that.
It's great. I've had it
Absolutely.
for like 7 years now. I just did some the bracing actually on the inside came apart, so I steamed it out and took it all apart, and I just put it all back together. And
Those type of guitars are more and more more
I mean, they just sound so good, and they're so inexpensive.
Well, I was wondering about the instrumental band. You guys were, was that like prog rock kind of stuff or math rock? Or?
It was literally like if you had Motorhead and then you cut out Lemmy and then you gave some maybe some vocal work to the guitars.
Okay.
With no vocals.
They had
Right
like
on.
an open mic that we would go to every week. And then, like he said, there's one time in practice where he just got up on vocals. Our other guitarist at the time, he's actually a drummer and a very good drummer. And he's still our drummer now. So everything just like clicked.
That's
and he wasn't
awesome.
like a singer or anything. Great shower voice at the time.
Yeah.
But it just, we played that song. It was an instrumental at first, and he just tore it up, and we were like, this works. This is
That's
it.
something only a brother or a lover would know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Or a perv.
brother?
Yeah, somebody was like, you know,
you can reverse the words to us.
yeah. Great shower voice.
A leather, yeah.
That's a good,
Sleep in the shower.
You should
Good
hear
name.
his falsetto.
And my dad used to make me sing Dean Martin. He'd have like Dean Martin's greatest hits and be like,
Wow.
Sing the song.
I'd be like, all right.
well, I see the influence, actually.
You should have said, give me a martini.
But, yeah.
Was he drinking whiskey while he did it? You know, like Dean?
No.
He was a vodka man.
Good gun at your feet.
Well, I definitely hear the influence. Yeah, you got a heavy Dean Martin
Heavy
influence.
Dean Martin.
Yeah.
That's a first.
You look like Heavy Dean Martin.
Yeah. So say the hairdo.
I wasn't talking about the singing. I was just saying you look like a heavy Dean Martin.
Looks like Dean Martin was driving like a Ferrari with the glass.
Yeah.
And then crash. Yeah.
And then Guy Fieri
Oh, that
just
was
soaked into their
Taking you to Flavor
corpse
Town.
and got him up. Went to Flavor Town.
On the first episode of Guitar Pickers, Mike and William visit Hippie's Guitars in Indiana.
Hello, I'm David Bishop.
Hi, I'm DeLynn Wilson.
We have Hippie's Music.
We got a big roadshow thing going on today. Oh, cheating.
Are you a local or are you traveling through?
I'm from Dillsboro, Indiana.
Mike Reeder is here with Fret Buzz and Guitar Pickers.
All right, what do we got today, guys? We got a Trioli in here. That's cool. See how the original pickups in them?
Yeah.
See what happens as this starts to shrink. So this is the PRS. All right. Harmony Bobcat. Yeah, it's exactly that.
That's a 96.
Enjoying some Branch Hill coffee.
The best I can tell, it's a 79.
It was like sort of like an experimental 335 type thing. Yeah, this is cool. They made a really fancy one of these that Elvis played. This is Japanese 70s unibox made in I think it's called the Matsumoto factory, where they make Grecos and Tiscos and a whole bunch of things like that. Rocket. Hagstrom.
And I'll get that SG out too, Steve. It's like freaking brand new.
This case is original.
It isn't.
Guitar player from Grand Prix. Love this.
Yeah. They have tiny little necks on them. I like your cane, by the way.
Thanks.
It's pretty cool.
Nurse made that for me.
Really?
Yeah, she said, your cane is ugly.
See the stinger on there?
Yeah.
Sometimes Gibson would put stingers on things. Nobody really knows why. This is a really clean one.
Yes, it is. Cleanest one I've seen.
These were Melody Maker pickups, or single coils. It's like a 62 or 3 SG special. Is there 2 of these? Did we just look
This
at
is a different one.
No, the other one had the missing, or the other part was off.
How many do you need? This is an earlier case.
Really?
This case was made between 1959 and 1962.
I had no idea.
This is a Telecaster Custom,
Yeah.
or Custom Telecaster. And that's very confusing because Fender made Telecaster Customs and Custom Telecaster. This guitar started being made in 1959. Yeah, this guitar is a late 60s one. It has the Transition logo, but it has dot inlays that are pearl instead of, the earlier ones would have been what they call clay dot, which is probably late 60s. I would guess it's probably towards earlier than that because it still has some of the features of the earlier one.
I used to play it in the band. And
Yeah,
I haven't played it for a few years, though.
right.
You said something about the the Bigsby, and,
Yeah.
and they didn't have a string through.
Right.
Like it comes these strings.
This Bigsby is added. So that's the way they made the Bigsby ones. This is a Fender Bigsby, but someone
Yeah.
added it at some point. Tuners are changed.
Yeah.
It would have had,
You can see where the
yeah, it would have had
original
cloisons, but typically on a guitar like this, I'll look under the pick guard and just glance in there. You care if I look in there?
No.
Yeah. What did you trade for it?
2 Sound City speaker cabinets that had four 10-inch speakers in each one.
That's a good story. Yeah.
Maybe you need glasses.
Here's, you know what? This is the new cheater way to do things. I do need glasses. 66 pots. Don't put a big giant round in your guitar. So
Excellent information.
If you find any weed in there, I can.
it's all yours. When you, whoever ends up with this guitar, in the next generation of its life, we either have to live with the fact that it's got a bunch of holes on the top of it. Okay, here we go, guys. There it is. And what I would do with this guitar is I would remove the tuners, plug the holes, find the right tuners, which cost about $300 to $400. I would take this bridge off. I'd plug these holes, these two, just touch them up. You're still going to see them, but it would be better than a big open hole.
All right. Well, I guess we got to get down to business then. Huh?
Yeah, that's pretty much where I need to be.
It's a deal.
All right. I appreciate it. I love this guitar. I will actually use this guitar.
On the second episode of Guitar Pickers, Mike visits with Blackberry Smoke frontman Charlie Starr.
Oh, Charlie asked me to bring a guitar that he can check out. Yeah. Hey, buddy. Hey, Charlie. Come on in.
Anyway, he's like, it's not perfect, but it's a damn good one. And I bought it for the neck because much like this one, the neck is just, it's got more beat of air. I refretted my guitar. Oh, you did? I think I did. I love you too. Thank you. Thank you.
So we are back on the show, and we have Ben Franks with us.
Hello, hello.
Yes, and he has picked the fabulous Les Paul.
Now, I was under the impression this was an SG, but when they go back that early, they are considered Les Pauls.
They are considered Les Paul. In 1961, Gibson made Les Paul's this version, which is what would be considered an SG body.
Which look good on Mary Ford.
Exactly. They
Absolutely.
were kind of made for Mary Ford. Actually, that guitar exactly was made for Mary Ford. That
I'm a
was
big
her main
fan of
guitar.
Mary Ford.
Yes. And at that time, Les sort of left the picture. He was never a super fan of this guitar.
He preferred the log.
So the Les Paul Custom, which is what that guitar is, has an ebony fretboard. It has block inlays. It has multiple layered binding around the headstock, single ply on the neck, and 3 pickups with gold parts. Before that, the customs would have been black. When they go to the SG, they go to white. And as you can see, that guitar is kind of yellow. That's what happens. The lacquer, the clear lacquer turns yellow.
I thought it was smoke.
Yeah, smoke does a little bit too. That has some smoke on it.
So, is it true that when I've had friends buy these before and the headstocks get broken because somebody steps on them? Is it true that they're stronger after that?
Well, if repair's done right, it probably is stronger.
Because I've actually heard people say, just take that out of the box and step on it, and then take it to the repair shop.
Well, the thing is, it just depends on how it breaks. If it breaks with like a lot of wood, that can stick together fine. But if it breaks where there's not a lot, it's not good.
It's just an interesting.
Yeah, Gibsons, you know, they're more fragile than Fender guitars.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But you know, it's a mahogany instrument.
Took like Townsend 20 swings to break his strap.
Yeah, you could break that one real easy, especially those guitars because they have kind of like shy neck joints. The necks go into the body, and because of these 3 pickups, they cut away a lot of the neck tenon. So there's not a lot connecting that guitar. And actually, we had a 61 Standard come in the store, and it had a neck angle issue where the neck had kind of pulled up a little bit. And my repair guy said, "Watch this," and he took off the strap button, and the neck just came completely out.
Wow.
Yeah, it was being held on by that.
Oh,
Damn. So yeah, I mean, you know, that's a really cool guitar. In the Les Paul world, the big fancy Les Paul world, the SG versions are kind of a little bit looked down upon, you know, because everybody wants the solid body, maple top, single cutaway guitars.
Nah.
But I think it's cool.
I agree. I'm with this.
I think it's way cool.
Yeah.
I have one. I don't know what year it was. I thought it was like late 60s, but I guess not. It was supposedly Ernie Isley. And,
Oh, that's neat.
I think.
Did you buy it in Dayton?
No, I bought it on the west side.
Okay.
It didn't have the tremolo, but I think there were holes for it. It was like 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Bought it for $500.
Well, that tremolo is called a sideways trim. It's actually used by pulling it up as opposed to down, which is, yeah. Well, hopefully that just did not knock it out of tune. Wow, look at that. It actually works, which they rarely do. One interesting thing about this guitar is the 3 pickup models, they have 3 pickups, and the way it works is when you're in the rhythm position, this pickup is on. When you're in the middle position, these 2 are on. And when you're in this position, this one's on. Sometimes that's reversed where the middle position is these 2. And sometimes these pickups are out of phase. That's kind of a technical thing that you guys can look up, but it gives a different sound when they're out of phase, meaning these 2 pickups are out of phase when they're on together.
Or
and this
tinny
one,
sound.
Sometimes factory, they kind of screwed up and did that. So yeah, this is one of the guitars that is factory out of phase, made that way by accident, actually, by Gibson. If you'll notice the difference in the sound. Hear that kind of thin sound? That's the out of phase tone, which every one of these doesn't have, you know.
Don't country players like, you know, doing solos with that out of phase? That's
Some
what I
people do. The
understood.
famous guy who did that was Peter Green. He flipped around his pickup on his Les Paul to achieve an out of phase tone when both the pickups were on. It's like the famous Les Paul Fleetwood Mac song, like Green Metalici and all that stuff.
And then, who wound up with that? It went down. To
Actually, Kirk Hammett has it now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So tell us about the tune you're going to play.
It's a tune I wrote a couple weeks ago at home. It hasn't been road tested or even really band tested at all.
Right.
It's still pretty fresh and pretty raw.
Way we like it.
That's right. That's right. I played it for my wife, and I had a few songs that I wanted to play, and she said that's the one you need to play. So
that's great.
Oh, cool.
That's great. And you know, Ben is usually, well, not usually, but often a bass player.
More often a bass player.
Yeah. And
I'm more off.
More often on.
He's just off. Yeah, I guess this might be the first time I've ever heard you play guitar.
Well.
Now, is this going to be a thing? Guitar?
No, this is I've spent too much of my life playing in bands trying to tell good musicians what to do. So I'm at a point now where I play bass, I write songs on a bass, and I say, you know, you're good enough to do what you do, so just do it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Play the groove. That's what it's about. So this
More people should do that.
So this will be an Ohio Valley Salvage song eventually.
Yeah, great band. Everyone check them out. They're amazing.
Thank you.
I love that band. Seriously, you guys, great singers, wonderful harmonies,
a lot
great
of fun.
songs.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
So this song is called Take Her Easy, Al. Kind of took a note from Reggie and the Full Effect on that one. I'd like to be gone, not missed by anyone. Ride into Bhutan, tiger's nests and zones. Make a list of bad deeds and say it's not me. Love the folks that you love, 'cause there's nothing up above. And take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on yourself. You work hard enough for two. Take it easy on yourself. Connect with others in the vein. Stay clean, maintain. Don't drink your time away. 'Cause them feelings, they'll stay. I'm not saying who to trust. Be kind, be brief if you must. 'Cause you're a part of the group. Crash hard, recoup. Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on yourself. You work hard enough for two. Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on yourself. You work hard enough for two. Take it easy on yourself.
Yeah. Woo.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So we're gonna expect that from.
Yeah, sometime soon. Yeah.
Like could it be on a Ohio Valley Salvage album?
I hope so. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have the other guys heard the song?
No, they have not.
Right on. So now they have to do it.
Yeah.
That's why you did the show. So
There you go.
You guys got it.
No choice.
It's
now.
been said out loud. Right on.
No choice.
Any
now.
other songs you want to?
No, that was really cool, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I appreciate you doing it. I know I'm a bass player too a lot of times, so I appreciate the leap there.
Well, thank you. It was a leap for
Yeah,
me.
it was good,
Thank
man.
you. And what a great guitar.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Sounded fantastic.
First time
It
I
did
ever
sound-
had a chance to play on one of these. So.
And he's playing through a 63 AC30.
Woo!
Those two things like each other. I tried everything out last
You
night.
make some good choices on like matching.
Well, I tried them all out last night. I was like, certain things like certain amps.
All right.
Those two things like each other. Yeah.
It's almost as though you've done this before.
Times. I try to think
You
like
write it in a book.
try to think what you guys would like. Yeah. You were a hard one to predict, by the way.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
I brought two SGs because I wanted to add an SG and talk about the difference between Les Pauls. And my plan was to, once one got picked, to hide the other one. But Buick found it. And she's like, I want to play this one. I was like, oh, well,
I'm an SG player. I play a 69 with 390, so I was like, comfort. I know that. That speaks my language.
So we could do that one, but, check this one out. And you ended up picking that guitar, right?
Yes, I mean, how random.
It's meant to be.
I have no relationship with that instrument or anything like it. So I figured if I'm going to play solo and play a song I've never played before, might as well just play an instrument that's out of your comfort zone too. And freak out.
For you. We're in this together.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So
also, we're brothers.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the other family on this side of the
We're
stage.
the other team of brothers on the show today.
So what gigs you got coming up, brother?
Let's see here. We're Ohio Valley Salvage is playing Gene's Beer Garden in Morgantown, West Virginia on August 2nd. August 3rd is Be Here Now in Muncie, Indiana.
Nice.
September 13th is Steiner Speakeasy in Chillicothe. September 14th is Wonder Bar in Covington.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's great. Everyone, make sure you go out and check those guys out. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. Well, we're back with Buick, my favorite name of any
Thank
lady
you.
I've ever met.
Thank you.
I'm a car collector, so.
I can take no credit. It's my given name.
Oh, that's awesome. You don't have to.
Father's name wasn't Edsel.
No, my mom's a songwriter. Both my biological parents are songwriters, and her name is Jane Catherine, and she felt really robbed by that name. And so she thought if I'm gonna have creative kids, they better have big names. So I'm her firstborn. I'm Buick Audra, and I have one sibling. His name is Bowie Russell, and we played in a band together for years. He's a drummer and also a songwriter.
Wow.
Buick and Bowie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned a little bit about your family.
Did
We
you?
were picking guitars, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I brought a 54 Junior, which no one picked, but
Yep.
I always bring one extra guitar. And I was showing it to Buick, and she said, and I told her that I got it from G.E. Smith.
Yeah.
And you were telling me that you grew up around him.
Right. So I'm from Miami, and members of my parents' band, my biological parents' band, were also in the original Hall & Oates band in the 70s. So I grew up around different generations of that band and around G.E. Smith as a kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's amazing, I think.
Yeah, totally.
Really smart guy.
Totally. Yeah, and they were all. It was a really fun season, and Charlie Dechant is still in that band. He's still the saxophone player and keyboardist. He's the person you hear on Maneater, like the really iconic parts.
Was he in when GE was?
Yeah,
on
he's been
Saturday night?
through.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, wow.
So your family, what did your mom and dad play?
I'm from all guitar players, which I'm the worst guitar player in the family. No, we're all songwriter guitar players. My brother is the only one that branched out and is really a born drummer, but of course is also an incredible songwriter, and he's a phenomenal musician.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So with Friendship Commanders, how does the writing process go in that band?
I am the primary writing person in that band. We're a duo. My bandmate, Jerry, who's a drummer but also a multi-instrumentalist, has contributed to some of the compositions, but I'm the proper songwriter.
Okay. So do you make demos, or you guys just do it at rehearsals, or do you like send him stuff?
We are married. So he hears the stuff when I'm writing it in my pajamas in my office.
Email it to him, send him a letter.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes it's interesting. We were just talking about intimacy. It's difficult sometimes to share brand new work with someone. So I sometimes will make a work tape and shoot it over, and just have them listen to it.
So
yeah.
has he ever told you had a good shower voice like Tyler's?
Yes. Yes. I have now played in bands with my brother and my partner. So. Yeah. So and I write with a bunch of other people as well, and for my own solo music from time to time.
Great.
Yeah.
And is this song that you're going to play on a Friendship Commander album?
No. So Friendship Commanders has an album out called Bill that we made with Steve Albini that we're currently touring on. And we are, for anybody that's never heard us, we are a very heavy duo, just guitar and drums.
Well, you just did a solo thing though, right? By yourself?
Yeah, so I just made a solo record for the first time in 8 years, and it's called Conversations with My Other Voice. It will be out this fall. And this song is a brand new song. It was like one of the most recently written songs for that record. So.
Any particular label, or
No, I'm self-releasing it.
Okay, well, through all the social.
That's what all the kids are doing now.
Stuff.
Yeah, totally.
That's what all the kids do nowadays.
Yeah.
Tell us about the tune. What's it about?
This song is called Pocket-Sized Friend, and it is about feeling as though someone in your life doesn't value you as a whole, that they pick and choose aspects of who you are to value and honor. Like Mike. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so it's just about feeling like a little bit left behind by someone in your life, like someone doesn't see you as your complete self. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that, but
probably I would say most of us probably can, maybe.
Yeah.
I see my other voice though.
My music really just helps me to process what I'm thinking and feeling. So that song told me that was what I was going through.
Yeah, I think
can sometimes happen. Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, music is kind of like a therapist, right? I mean, you get things
I
out
see.
you usually wouldn't say.
We were discussing therapy earlier.
Yeah. Just being able to know yourself in a different way than just sitting around with all of your thoughts. I think that sometimes songwriting can act as an emotional organization tool for me. Give me some language.
I think that happens to a lot of musicians and artists.
All right. This is Pocket-Sized Friend.
Where the good news flies and the bad news falls, and profanities are beneath us all. Feel nothing and cheer on demand. Take it all on the chin and get up when you can.
you're traveling now? Is that, or you just had a spot?
We just had a one-night show last night.
Okay, and you have, I'm assuming, traveling?
Yeah, Friendship Commanders tours quite a bit. We're out, so this being the August show, so we're playing August 1st at Slim's in Raleigh, I think. The Peanut Gallery, yeah? We're playing in our hometown in Nashville at Little Harpeth Brewing on August 3rd, and then we have a longer West Coast run in October. So if you follow us on bands in town, or go to our website and check our tour dates, they're listed all over the internet.
And you have like Facebook pages.
We do.
All the goodies. And
Friendship Commanders across the board.
Yeah. And at the end of the show, if you guys stick around to the end, you'll see information on every artist and all their links and stuff.
Yeah.
One last thing. So you recorded with Steve Albini.
We did.
Did he have any good jokes?
Yes, he's very dry.
Yeah, exactly.
He's very brilliant and really fun. It was a terrific recording experience. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, loved it. I made this record that this song is from at Sound Emporium in Nashville, which was Jack Clement's legendary studio.
Right.
And we cut the whole record in one day.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was super cool.
People need to do that more, you know what I mean?
When you play out, I mean, is your song or your sound a lot dirtier?
So when I play solo, I play the 69 SG that I talked about,
Right.
and I play through a Fender Blues Deluxe, and I do play through a Tube Screamer, so I have some grit. And that amp breaks up at 3. I mean, that's a pretty... in Friendship Commanders, I play through a Mesa Bass 400 through a Sun 215 1960s cabinet and the Fender Blues Deluxe, and I play it through a Big Muff Bass Pi dimed.
Yeah.
And I play
it's a
Gibson
giant
Nighthawks.
sound, man. Yeah.
And the Gibson Nighthawks are high-gain, interesting guitars, and that's what I play in that band.
Well, you know what?
Give Quicksilver Messenger a run for the money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was interesting hearing you play like this.
Oh,
To
thank
me,
you.
I think that sounded really good.
Thank you so much.
You know, I like the combination of that guitar and that amp with your voice.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
it's really good.
When I picked this guitar up, I didn't expect to connect to it, but this neck feels very playerly. Like this is definitely a comfortable neck for me, and it's a small neck for the size of this guitar.
That guitar is a 1958 6120, and it's famously made. You know, that model has been made famous by Brian Setzer.
Right.
He's like the main guy that played that.
Who I play almost exactly like, so it made a lot of sense that we did this today.
You know, and a lot of rockabilly guys love 6120s.
Sure.
You know, and the amp and that guitar also like each other pretty
Yeah.
well, I think.
Now, when did they have the big branded G on it? The 60.
Well, the earlier ones with the earlier pickups, if you go watch episode 2, you'll see a Duo Jet with the DeArmond single coil pickups.
Right.
Okay.
Those go up until 57, and then they go to those pickups, which are called patent applied for pickups, which are
They're called patent applied.
Let's all look at it.
Just like, that's a.
well, they actually
standard.
that's what's stamped on there. So yeah, and they're basically like sort of mild humbuckers. They're thin-sounding humbuckers, so
Right.
they give you a bright, jangly sound.
Yeah.
And the guitar structure changes too. The earlier ones are fully hollow, and as you go into the 60s, they change the bracing. And the reason that Brian and a lot of rockabilly guys like those guitars is because it has certain bracing inside that gives it a lot of sustain, that is more like an electric guitar, but you still have the tones of an acoustic guitar.
Yeah, I enjoy the sort of duality of this instrument. You know,
Yeah.
I could really hear myself in the room, but it's also nice to have the amplified part of it.
You didn't answer my question.
What was your question,
The
sir?
G. When did they start?
The G, 54 to 56, I believe.
And
Maybe
there
into
was
57.
a complementary amp also. That.
There was. The earlier ones have cowboy inlays up and down the neck. They have like horseshoes and cow heads, and those are really the fancier ones. But I generally like the sound of this version better for the reasons I stated before.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and also the colors change. As you go into the 60s, the later ones, late 59, 60, and 61, they made the orange dye much stronger, so they look
Yes,
a lot
I've seen
redder.
those. They're
And they had green
very
too.
bold.
What
Yeah.
variety of colors did they have?
Green was on the anniversary models.
Oh.
The 6120s were always orange.
Okay. Yeah.
They also did green on country clubs and other things like that. The green on the country clubs was what's called Cadillac green. It was a metal flake.
Yeah,
Whereas on
it's
the
just
anniversaries-
beautiful. Yeah.
The anniversaries are more like a solid sort of a pale color. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I know exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it sounded great.
Thank you.
Ben, you brought up to me before that you're doing some promotion. You're doing some shows.
Yeah, Second Sight Spirits down in Ludlow, Kentucky. We're booking some free Friday night events down there. It's 7:30 to 9:30. Be going on. We're starting in the summer. We're going to see how it goes, but right now I'm booked all the way up until the end of September.
Wow.
7:30 to 9:30, free. Chalk Eye, Mike's band's playing there on August 9th.
The room looks great, too.
Well, the reason I brought it up is these guys, you got to have them up, man, so we can all go watch them play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
So I won't take a
And we'll
cut
help you
for
load in
that,
the equipment,
but
it sounds like.
I'll be there.
Ben and I are brothers as well, so we'll be in touch.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be awesome. So you're already booked up a bunch of shows.
Yeah. I've got a Harmed Brothers ticketed show in October that we're working on.
Killer.
I'm talking to the Young Heirlooms about doing a ticketed show. Ticketed shows are going to be few and far between, but the Friday nights, I'm just trying to get something going down there, and everyone in Ludlow is working together.
It's a great little town.
It is, and we're not overbooking. So if Burkus had an event going on, we're gonna wait till they're finished with their event until we start ours, and then afterwards we'll
It's
end
all
at
the
like
timing, man. Yeah,
we'll
just-
end at like 9:30, close at 10, and shove people out to the Ludlow Tavern or back to Burkus or
that's
other
cool.
to Buffalo Bar or wherever. So
And Jeremy, I know you probably get bugged to death about Urban Artifact. You're doing all the booking, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Right on.
Every day.
Yeah.
Well, Monday.
I've done a couple shows there. It's fabulous.
Wow.
You guys always have the
I
interesting
do
stuff
dog
going on.
acts. I mean,
Yeah. You could open for
3
us.
to 12. 3 to 12 of them. Yeah.
You could do your dance.
I could open for the
Before us.
puppet show there.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, man, you need to get some of these bands out there, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give them my card.
So make sure you get out, watch Friendship Commanders, any of our solo stuff, support all the artists, It's real important that we keep this going. So, during the little break we had right then, we were discussing Jeremy's pants.
Check them out.
They're fabulous, man. Have you ever seen those space pants? I want space pants.
Space pants.
Yeah. they've
I
got,
think
like-
of like
that
Freak
Space
Face when I
Force?
think
Are they
of
metallic?
space pants.
No, they're similar
Very
to
nice.
what he's got going on there, like stretched pants, but they got little space.
They're all made out of Velcro.
Do you have any space pants?
I do not. When
you
you
have
say
any
space
space
pants,
in
I
your
think
pants?
about like Freak Base or something.
No, I don't know.
I thought about Moonraker.
Chris might wear space pants. I don't know, but
Yeah, we're both astronauts. I'm really different.
I wish. I have like Aladdin pants.
really.
Yeah.
So Aladdin pants, that's like the '80s baggy thing with the.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Apple dapple.
Are they pleated?
No, they can be if you wanted.
Really?
Anything for you.
Oh,
But yeah, it's going playing around
Janelle, can I
towns and stuff. Going to St. Vincent de Paul's. You have to get like a lot of band get up because we dress all
Yeah.
wacky sometimes, or I'll be like Courtney Love or Helen Keller or something.
Always a
Good mix.
character.
Good mix of both.
It's hard to play Helen Keller.
You're afraid to show yourself.
It is.
that
Good
it?
mashup.
No, I go.
That is
Show a lot of yourself.
that is the real
Yeah,
him.
yeah. It's like whatever I feel like.
Sometimes
I'm
he'll
not
do
always a
polls
character,
on
you
like
know,
social
it's-
media, and the fans will pick his next character.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Whatever.
Last one they chose was actually Helen Keller, so
It wasn't
he
Courtney
had to
Keller.
do a whole show like Helen Keller.
Have you ever done a show in a diaper? Like just a
No.
diaper?
See, I don't want to. I think there's a fine line between like playing a character, and these characters are like what you think that they might be, like really in their minds. So Courtney Love's just like real, like honey, and I'll just make cute noises and suboxone jokes. But like Helen Keller, like I talked like a Southern gentleman. I gave her a voice. I had to give her a voice. I can't just not talk.
Yeah.
Thought bubble.
But it was all like, it was like I did all little factoids about Helen Keller and whatever. But
So
that
it's
where
more
you guys got
sophisticated than the diaper, is what you're trying to say.
yeah, it's, there's a fine line between degradation and degradation.
Well, that's interesting. Anyway.
Yeah.
And Tyler wore shorts. You're the first person to ever have shorts.
What? Well, so
You're,
I get the lucky end of the stick. I play in nothing but Spanx during a showtime, so I don't have to be buying all these extravagant thrift store pants.
Your costume is complete.
Spanx, just Spanx. It's hot up there. I'm hairy. I'm a thick dude, so it gets real hot. And what better? It Spanx. It works.
that come like right up to the rib?
They can go up,
There are some really.
but they're not that high.
Containing.
They're.
Yeah.
But you said that's the only thing you wear is Spanx.
It's the only thing. It's all very form-fitting.
I see people searching the net right now for the
Search it.
Yeah.
It's out there.
Daisy Dukes.
Yeah.
What kind of guitar do you play?
I play a Fender Strat.
Strats look good with Spanx. I've always thought
They do,
that.
right? It's wine red. My Spanx are gray. I'm colorblind, so I think it looks great.
You know, that's half of it, right? I mean, you know how it looks?
Yeah.
There's no other half.
It could be a spin-off show.
Yeah. Spanx and guitars?
Spanx
Yeah,
and
that's
Strats.
a good idea. Yeah.
Let me be your first.
Janelle, are you offering? Are you offering to do the Spanx and Guitars episode for us?
I think that's his.
Yeah, maybe, but we'll talk. You know.
Yeah. Well, speaking of guitars and Spanx, I have a guitar, but I do not have Spanx on, unfortunately. This was the guitar that no one picked, and I don't think it's because they didn't like it, but I thought I'd talk about it. This belonged to G.E. Smith. It's a solid maple junior, which is why I brought it, because they're usually mahogany.
Can I get a little knock? Can you?
That's the sound of maple. And it's one-piece maple, which is really interesting because I've had maple body juniors before, but they're usually short scale because juniors came short scale net. And the other ones I've had have always been what they call TV color, which is yellow.
Love that.
This is full scale. It's sunburst. If you Google G.E. Smith and like Rig Rundown or whatever, he talks about this guitar and how much he loves it.
This guitar, I love. I just bought a guitar that cost $65 when it was new. I could do the whole show with this. This is just a killer.
And it has a special sound. It's much brighter than a new.
How did you get it then?
I actually bought it from a friend who got it from him.
Okay.
And
I know exactly how that sounds. It has like a little bit of a brattier tone to it.
Little brighter,
yes,
yeah. You know, the famous burst guitars, the Les Pauls that everyone wants, are maple tops with a mahogany back. And this is a solid maple body. So yeah, maybe we'll feature it on another show.
With a mahogany neck.
Mahogany neck still, yeah.
To be fair, I did play it a bunch backstage.
Yeah, I mean, it's out of tune, but
it's a pretty serious neck.
it's pretty big. Yeah, 54 is an early version of this guitar, and it's big. It also has the early thick knobs. So it's a cool guitar. I thought I'd mention it since it was here.
It's beautiful.
And I really appreciate everybody for coming. This show has been awesome. Thank you all so much. You know, it was a good time. And make sure that you go out and you support all the bands, just like on every show, man. Go out and support these people because they're supporting us. They're making our lives happier. So
correct.
We appreciate them all. And support Mike's Music and the other sponsor, Branchville Coffee, who brought us what blend today, Janelle?
Three Amigos.
Three Amigos blend, which I am still enjoying.
For the six amigos.
For the six amigos, yeah.
Cheers.
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 The sky is black with a noir-tinted atmosphere. Oh, how I'll disappear. All alone I scream with a guilt twang call, and all alone I start to fall. Starting to fall.
Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on yourself. You work hard enough for two. Take it easy on yourself.
You want me to laugh a little? You can make a request. Wanna cover you half a little? You can take what is left on the letter.